what is half guard? Half guard is when we attack half of our opponent's body with our entire body, right? So if I clinch up with an underhook here, next to George, I'm attacking a half guard position, okay? If George passes my knee shield and flattens me like this, I'm also in half guard. If George turns to a reverse position, I'm also in half guard. If I looked for an underhook and George backstep, I'm also in half guard. So you can see why people debate the value of the position or have different opinions about it. In many cases, somebody's putting you in a half guard to pass your guard, and it's probably the best way to pass somebody's guard. But if you're the one who dictated the terms of the engagement and you place them in a half guard that's favorable to you, it can be a very powerful sweeping position, right? So it's important for us to understand that it's not like good or bad, but there are positions within half guard that are very bad for us, and there are positions within half guard that are very good for us. And the ones that are good for us, there's 3 primary positions. So we're going to go over that. As usual, we'll be starting in a knee shield. Some people call this half guard. I still call it knee shield. It's got similarities, and it's the entry point to half guard, right? But we're using kind of open guard principles in that we're protecting our space and we're using distance. The moment that we decide to vacate that knee shield, we're pretty much committing to that we're going to assume one half guard position. One of us is, and we would prefer it to be us. So if I look for an underhook on this near side flank, this is a very strong way and probably the primary way to play half guard. Just to look to get this and to come up. And we'll go over this in the techniques. Okay? Let's come back. When that is maybe not available or just that it's too strong, we can't get our hips up, maybe we're getting pushed back down to the ground, we often look to go under the hips. And that's another variation of half guard. We call those deep halves. Okay. The final space that we might be looking to attack, again, now we're going into sort of a hybrid situation, but we're going to reach under the forearm, and now we're attacking our partner by focusing on their hips, leaving their shoulders. So a different way to conceptualize half guard, but still working on half of their body. So half guard is going to be our ability to target half the body either on the near side flank by going under the hips or under the arm and across the hips. So these 3 spaces are the spaces that we're going to be looking to attack in half guard. Pretty much any other position that we're in that's half guard is not good for us. So we're looking to avoid that as often as possible. We don't want our shoulders pinned. We don't want our opponent to own the inside space. We want to be getting our hip off the ground, getting on our side, getting across our opponent, getting underneath our opponent, and we want to have the inside space. Right? And that's why it's really important for us to be able to differentiate between half guard positions that are favorable to us and between the many half guard positions that are not favorable to us.